Humanity sets the agenda.
Time is just gone 8:22 a.m. As we welcome our listeners at Salam Media and also Al Ansar in Durban 90.4 FM, Peter Marisburg 105.6 FM. And we kick off this morning looking at the ANC's annual birthday, the January the 8th statement that was given by President Cyril Ramaphosa. And this morning we're joined on the line by Dr. Charles Sinkala, who is a senior political analyst. Dr. Sinkala, good morning to you and welcome to the show.
Good morning, Inati, and good morning to your listeners and the viewers across the world.
Well, wonderful having you with us as always, Dr. Charles Sinkala on the show. Now, when we are obviously trying to unpack the ANC's January the 8th statement, it has been their birthday celebrations, and President Cyril Ramaphosa touched on key issues, and obviously it comes at a time where we see the COVID-19 pandemic, and obviously how this has impacted on life and the well-beings of South Africa. So this statement obviously is very, very important, but also coming at a time where the country is in a state of paranoia and also at the same time major concern in terms of what 2021 holds for us.
Yes, thank you very much for having me. You know, it is quite unfortunate. You know, I feel so bad for President Cyril Ramaphosa because he's not fighting one battle; he's fighting several battles. But battles that I can look at is one battle is within the ANC itself, where there is also there in the ANC itself, there is about four battles that I can think of from my just point of mind. There's a faction battle. There's conservative ANC who wants to make sure that the organization is by its founding principles. And as well, there's two factions which are coming, one from the previous administration, and the other one from the current administration. So those are the wrangles that is affecting the ANC at this stage. And like what you've likely said, it is very true as well that we've got another new kid who have come, the COVID-19. You know, besides the COVID-19, it's got governance issues, you know, to govern the economy of South Africa. So among those, it's a mixed masala. I will call it, it's somebody who's got cancerous cells. You know, you treat one cell there, another thing pops up. So it is just up to the ANC, you know, to find a very good decision that they can make, even if they have to lose one member of their senior executive.
Now, also, Dr. Sinkala, what is important for us at this point in time, because there is all this talk about vaccine and vaccine rollouts, and it also comes at a time where there is a lot of information, there's misinformation and disinformation as well, as far as the vaccine is concerned, but also a critical part of the country which is under severe pressure at this point in time, the healthcare system.
Yes, you know, there is quite a lot of information, especially at this day and age that we've got the social media, we've got the news on our fingertips. You know, yes, other people call it there is conspiracy theories. I call it sometimes conspiracy factualism. You know, because there is some sense in some of the things that is happening, because you do not need to be a scientist for you to exactly pinpoint what is happening. But talking about the vaccine is a story that after many years after we have gone, or maybe in a few years from now, it depends on the quickest or the fastest the truth will be uncovered. If you look at the medical industry in terms of diseases, the lifespan of vaccination and cure has been over years and years. If we talk about 100 years of cancer cells, you know, we talk about my father personal story where he was diagnosed with cancer in 2012, and they could not help. They gave him 2 days to live, you know, and after 3 months, they said the prostate cancer has spread and he died. You know, and until now, we do not have a vaccine, we do not have a cure, we do not have any preventative system or mechanism medically. I don't know about the divine spiritually, but talking from the medical perspective, There's no actual cure for the cancer. We talk about as well another disease very quickly, HIV and AIDS. In the 80s, 1881, 1981, as well, there was the HIV which came onto our midst, and until now, we don't have the cure for HIV. We do not have a vaccine for HIV. Ebola and many other diseases has ever come. And now 2019, we came to learn about the COVID-19. Yes, everybody was very scared in the beginning of February, March last year. But at least now people have come now to realize, and we've seen that the mitigation in terms of risk is not as that lethal, as the way it has been portrayed in the media, because we've got 98% of recoveries. That is a fact. It's not that it's something I'm concocting. So we need to be very careful. That's why I agree with Chief Justice Mkwen, who mentioned that let's pray very hard. Whatever our spirituality beliefs, let's pray to Allah and pray to the people, to God, to Jehovah, whoever you pray, that these vaccines which are coming to us, those who are gonna accept, you must remember that this shouldn't be compulsory. If it is made compulsory, then there will be an infringement in the human rights of people. But those who accept to get vaccinated, it will be on their peril. We hope that it is intended for good purpose and it shall save lives, because anything to save life is something that we all pray and make sure that it is given to us. But let us also look at the economy, in terms of locking down and the regulations and whatever. Why are we having these so much problems that we can mitigate, especially in South Africa? The December period, the festive season, was lockdown. People are not freely moving. But again, there's an element of South African government of incapacitating themselves, because the number of police and law enforcement officials on the roads, they are not enough to the 60, 70 million people, the South Africans. But I think ANC, as President Cyril Ramaphosa, who is the head of it, they are looking at a Titanic, which is about 300 meters underneath the ocean. So some they are pulling it down, some they want to fix it, some they are stealing the parts. Hence, in his speech, he mentioned about corruption. He mentioned about so many things, that South Africans must rally together and fix the economy. But he must fix first the ANC before he can fix the country. And that's a process. And that's why now we are seeing the politics going into this direction.
Well, certainly. And just finally, Dr. Charles Sinkala, when one looks at the challenges that President Cyril Ramaphosa is faced with at this point in time, these are obviously unprecedented at this point in time. And the next few months will determine, how successful President Cyril Ramaphosa will be in terms of leading the country into this pandemic, and at the same time looking at it from a political perspective.
Yes, I wouldn't say, yes, we would say it's unprecedented. If you talk about the coronavirus, it's a new thing which hit us by, not noticing. There's still some research across the continent and including within the South African government to find out what the devil it is. But other areas, 90% of corruption, if you talk about corruption, if you talk about the disunity in the ANC, those are not unprecedented. This has been going on, especially the time the ANC decided to recall Thabo Mbeki. That was the beginning of the wound, and this wound continued. The former president Jacob Zuma as well was recalled, and I see no reason or any doubt that also President Cyril Ramaphosa will also be recalled, because that disunity is a sickness which is there. So they have to deal with it and make sure that they have to sacrifice. And in fact, ANC is in a better position now that if they have to sacrifice other members, automatically they win other members, because they have to now go with the truth. The issues of regarding the people in the country, economy, the issues regarding the farm matters in the country, if they decisively start dealing with the issues, robust, the corruption, the leaders who are implicated in corruption, like what he mentioned, not merely talking, but doing the action, losing 10 members who support that this is what we want. Look at the Zondo Commission as I conclude on this point. Zondo Commission, we all know now that the past 24 months to 36 months, we know that what the Zondo Commission is making is either the house, I mean, it is a house because we can see the fruits from it, that corruption was there, and the Gupta families, what happened, the daily expropriation of money with the Free State government here in Free State, and many other corruptions which we have seen that there's evidence. So can they wrap up that we know that this is a place, and show the country, the South African, that the ANC is in charge at this particular moment?
Well, Dr. Charles Sinkala, as always, thank you very much for your time with us, and we wish you all the best, and please stay safe. Take care.
Thank you very much for having me. It's always a pleasure, anytime.
Dr. Charles Sinkala joining us this morning, unpacking the January 8th statement by President Cyril Ramaphosa with the ANC's birthday message that was given by the president of the country. In India, we're looking at the rise of anti-Muslim sentiment a year since the CAA, the Citizenship Amendment Act.